Welcome into Poppin' Off! I am Danny Otto. Joining with me is hashtag Speak Up Pete.
We gotta work on that transition, yo, because that is the most terrifying thing imaginable.
Okay,
welcome to this alternate universe, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I tell you what just happened, though? So, right before the show started, my cat is screaming on the other side of my door because I locked her out because I thought she was going to be screaming if I left her in my room. And she's screaming, so I got up with like 30 seconds to spare. I jumped into my seat. I had the preview window open, so it was playing the opening twice. Anyway, joining with us tonight also is Corey Bears.
Corey Bears. Danny, what happened to the YMCA? You remember? You know, welcome to Poppin' Off. My name is Danny, and this is Corey Bear and Pete.
How do you do it?
I was gonna say, how does that get to me?
You do a Pete.
And here, Pete.
All right, guys, you want to do a Pop of the Night?
Yeah, let's step right into it.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So, Pop of the Night is brought to us by Pop in a Box. I actually know somebody who works at Pop in a Box. Shout out to Brandon in Louisville. He's awesome. He shows me their damaged bin all the time. They get a lot of damaged pops. Anyway, so Pop in the Box, it's the Starlight pop coming out, or it is out right now. What's really cool is that the Chase variant of this one is the glow in the dark, which is awesome. So if I was going to get this pop, I would 100% be looking for the Chase.
Obviously.
Hey,
this would be that one where Danny brings someone back eventually, and he's like, I don't have any pop culture collectibles. And the next thing you know, the lights turn out, and she's like, what the hell is glowing in the corner?
Can you just imagine the two lights?
Look, wait a minute. I don't hide anything. I display all of my pop nerd culture stuff. Like, they're not going to be able to even take a step into this room without seeing everything that I have displayed. So, like, they've made up their mind by the time they're in the room. There's no hiding things here.
No.
Nothing? No.
Anyway, I'm glad that they chose her original uniform and not the slightly revealing one.
Slightly altered one?
Yeah.
Trumpet one?
Speaking of the boys, actually last Friday, right after our episode last week, The Boys Season 2 premiered with the first 3 episodes. Did you guys get a chance to watch any of them yet?
Yes.
Oh, God,
I actually binged all of the first season yesterday. And I was a little bit traumatized. I like ordered sushi for dinner and everything, and like I just saw guts everywhere. Like I had a really hard time getting the images of people exploding out of my head. But I did watch the first 2 of the second season today, and I love it. I still hold on to my opinion that I do not like Stormfront, but that is what it is.
You know what? I actually thought Stormfront was gonna be like more maniacal. Like I thought she was gonna come in and be like almost on the level of like the kind of the creepy 7 other members of the 7. But she seems like she's gonna be like more like Starlight, where she's like a normal person type of thing.
Sorry, I'm gonna spoil it for you, Corey. Yeah, until the last episode when she murders and when she racistly murders the family. Is that you think she's going to be like?
No, I know about that. I did read ahead to that, and that, I mean that's fine, but like the character arc of her, just you're not selling me. Like Homelander, like I can hate him, and I can also feel sorry for him. Like I have that emotional connection, but with her, it's just like, please shut up, please stop complaining. If you don't like it, just go away.
Pete, I was trying to not say that unless we said spoiler alert, because I said it. Haven't seen it yet. You didn't say it. You typed it in the rundown. Hey,
yeah, but
you got to say it out loud. You didn't say spoiler. Oh, you did say spoiler alert. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I slid that one in, and I know Corey said like, oh, she watched the 2 episodes. I didn't know if she saw the 3rd one, but yeah, no, but like Kimiko and Frenchie's relationship, my heart is just beating more and more as that like develops, because I'm really looking forward to that storyline. And then Homelander just murdering why do I want to call him like blind justice? Because I know that I know that that's not it. But like when he
I feel so sorry for him too.
like you really fell for him at first. You're like, oh man, this is awesome. It's
His
like
name is Blind Spot, by the way.
blind spot. There we go. It's like, oh man, it's like, you know, their version of Daredevil. This is gonna be fun. And then he just murder smacks the shit out of him, and you're like, all right, this is not gonna go according to plan. Next.
That's the only way to end that. So I just wanted to say really quick before we move on. So the boys released like the schedule of how they're going to do things. So we got this clump of the first 3 episodes, and then we're going to get a new episode every Friday until the season's over, basically.
And it doesn't matter if people are bombing it right now, being like, oh, that's the only reason why the likes are going down is because people are complaining about that because they want everything now, which, you know what? Fuck them. Anyway,
that's your
I mean, but let's be realistic. Amazon Prime is not your main point of streaming. You know, like it's your backup streaming. So there are plenty of other things for you to watch while you wait. Like, isn't that the problem with Gen Z and millennials is that we want that instant gratification? Let's slow it down, guys. It's COVID. We ain't got things to do.
I do like the fact that now it's kind of like once you've seen you see the first 3, there's not really like you can't spoil it for another person right away. So I kind of like this. I like this one is doing that.
But to note, everyone watching, I will spoil the episode if you don't watch it by that Thursday. I will spoil the shit out of it every single week until October.
I'm just gonna throw it to you every week and go. So for the boys, spoiler of the week, and you're just gonna we'll just do that.
I'll do it. Thank me later in the chat. You're welcome.
All right. So moving on. So in August, we had the first part of the DC FanDome. And this weekend coming up, September 12th, we're actually going to get the second part of this. And what I did get to do a little bit of reading of what we're going to get. It's going to be divided into 5 parts, unlike the first weekend that we had, where it was kind of just panel after panel after panel after panel. This one's going to be 5 different parts. It's going to be the Watchverse, the Insiderverse, Uverse, Funverse, and Kidsverse. And they all consist of panels because obviously all of this is virtual. It's all going to be panels. Did you guys get a chance to look at this article? What do you guys think of? What are you guys excited for? What do you don't really care about? What are you guys into?
The supervillain panel.
Yeah,
I want that just because I'm always into the bad guy's perspective. I love that they have that. I'm also really interested in finally seeing how all the universes are going to kind of interact with one another because they're going to kind of touch base on that. So I'm interested in seeing that.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that a lot.
That's cool.
No, I really do like that because it said villains from like all of the like years and stuff like that. So we don't know exactly what villains we're going to get yet. I also like the panel with Doom Patrol because I had a chance to watch that once it went to HBO Max. Thank you, Corey, for letting me use your HBO Max. But once it went there, I was able to check out Doom Patrol, and I kind of like it. So now I'm excited for it, like more episodes of it and stuff like that. So what about you, Corey? Did you get a chance to check it out?
I mean, it's not really my cup of tea. But the one thing that I do love about this is the fact that it's so open for everybody. Like everyone around the world can kind of view this. I mean, they had record viewing numbers for the first week, and I think that they should have something like this for all future conventions, all big conventions, New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, E3. Like I know they have. I know certain news outlets have their own streaming and they have their own coverage, but I think that like you could even make money off of this, offer a pass and allow this to be viewed by everybody, and then also having the ability to view it afterwards. I think I don't know. What do you think? Do you think you should be able to have something like this streaming at all points?
I think this is revolutionizing all like Comic Cons and everything across the board. I think there is. I think Marvel's going to have something. You bet your ass Disney's going to end up launching something and having their own little panels and stuff that'll be released. Like this, DC did this right, and all the positive reviews that are getting about it. And it's like, you know, we shared the article where it said DC got it right. Like they did this perfectly to be able to deliver this and get ahead of the like multiverse card before Marvel introduces it with Doctor Strange and everything.
Yeah.
To be able to get ahead of this and be able to talk about it and get everyone to engage in it, fucking brilliant. I'm sorry, I already had one. That's my second one.
Damn it, Pete! No, but
This is-
I absolutely agree. I think and like I said, for the first Saturday of FanDome, I mean, I sat there and had it going the entire time. And shout out to Johnny Rico. Him and I were just texting back and forth every time like a different panel came up, and oh, that part was awesome. This is so cool. And I mean, I gotta bring it up again. My favorite part was the Suicide Squad panel, because it was just the entire cast and James Gunn playing a game, and that was it. It wasn't like, hey, we're gonna explain and get you to watch the movie. It was, we're gonna play a game and have fun, and that was it. And it totally enticed me to want to watch it. But yeah, I mean, I really do agree. I think they're doing it right, and I'm excited to check out this Saturday's too. So
on the 12th, people. On the 12th.
Yeah, September 12th. All right. So last thing we wanted to do before we get into some hashtag is apparently we're getting word now that a Silk series is now in the works. And I didn't really know too much about Silk, the character in general, just because I know it's part of the Spider-Man universe. So like Sony owns the character and stuff like that. But I never read any Silk comics, and so I don't really know too much about this particular character. But I'm all for more Spider-Man universe stuff in general. And this one's going to be live action, so it sounds like it could be pretty cool. I'm always interested in stuff like that. What do you guys think?
I mean, I'm excited as far as representation. And I'm gonna save my point for something a little bit later. I mean, it looks great. This was probably the first time I heard about it, and I was reading through, and I was like, Danny's gonna love this.
I appreciate that you thought of me, but yeah, no, I mean, anything in the Spider universe, I'm pretty much immediately in. And then like to get another more live action comic book stuff, like definitely. Like I wish we knew kind of where it was gonna go. Like right now we have no idea where it's gonna be streaming. We have no idea where it got picked up for. We just know that it's going to happen eventually. Like that's kind of what the article pretty much said, was like, we don't know where it's gonna go. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we know it's happening. So it's hopeful for the future. But I just wish we kind of knew, like, oh, it's going to Hulu, or oh, it's going to HBO Max, or
not
something.
Going there. It's not going to Hulu.
No, Netflix.
It's going to DC, right? That's what it is.
Well, then HBO Max.
No, probably, maybe. Who knows? I think it's probably going to go to Disney. It's probably going to go to Disney Plus, and it's probably going to be. I want it to be a live action. I think Cindy Moon, I think a Korean American superhero will be, again, like you said, representation wise. I know Corey's real point that she's looking to make, spoiler alert, is she's looking for the Filipino Iron Man that's coming out here in a couple months. That is also going to be coming out here. We'll announce that later. That is what's coming out later. We can't talk about that yet.
Played by Manny Pacquiao.
Oh my God, I would watch that in a heartbeat. I would watch that in a heartbeat. I don't even care. You had me on the casting.
Singing Manny Pacquiao, it would be part musical.
Every single boss battle in it ends in musical. It's like a whole bunch of action, and then Manny Pacquiao breaks off into it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in it.
Speaking of musicals, we have a guest.
Yes, speaking of musicals.
Speaking of musicals, we have a guest. You'll never guess who it is.
Our next guest is a friend. He was on Broadway. Wait, is that it? Oh, no, that's not him. That's not him.
Our first guest of the night is Chris Saint.
Oh, there I am. Hey, what's up?
Hey!
Oh, Chris, your backdrop puts us to shame, man.
My only man. What?
I need a blue light. It's just a blue light bulb, right? I need one of those because it's just.
Check this out.
Plain.
Oh!
Whoa!
we're gonna introduce you as a celebrity piercer and streamer, but actually, you can go to his OnlyFans at www.
Speaking of OnlyFans, Corey, you didn't set it up yet.
Because I don't have the lights. I need the flashing colored lights before I can set up my OnlyFans.
No, I thought we were setting it up, and it was just gonna be like
pictures of cats. Let's have Chris talk. Let's have Chris talk about it. Maybe he'll lead into helping us with our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Chris, what is the link to your OnlyFans?
It's onlymans.com/Chris Saint. That's the one.
Perfect.
It's free.
Oh,
well, no one's gonna buy it. No one's gonna spend money on that, so it's got to be free. If I'm gonna get I might as well get the views if I'm not gonna get the money.
Well, I was saying last week, I want to make one, and it's just me like taking pictures of cats and stuff.
Yeah,
he actually means cats, by the way. I don't know if
audio clips of your cat screaming from the other room.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She's right there, right now. Like I'm waiting for her to start screaming to go out. Yeah, right now she's content, but like give it 5-10 minutes and she's gonna be horrible. So yeah,
and then break the fourth wall. Danny, intro hashtag.
Yeah, everybody ready for hashtag? Let's go. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I am very excited. I had an entire energy drink before the show. I'm like real amped up. My hair was not this blue before the show started. Anyway, yeah, I'm super amped up. Anyway, so Chris, I being that you're the guest, you're the guest of honor tonight. Would you like to start with us talking interesting stories about you, or would you like to talk interesting stories about other people?
Wait, hold on a minute. So
viewers' choice.
Let's go for other people. I don't think I'm that interesting. What? I heard you. I was listening to the whole show. I've been here since the start, and I was like, "Why do they have me here? I'm just going to bring them down."
You're just gonna bring. Well, I'm just gonna talk about the California fires the entire time, right? Terrible shit that we're in 2020. I mean, where are we? What universe is it?
What is this? I mean, I logged in and I was surprised by Pete's hair growth. Last time I saw Pete, there was none of all this business. It's just added from side to side. And then I was like, why do they have me here? What am I going to talk about? You guys are so amped up. I've had one beer and all of a sudden I'm falling asleep.
Well, that's what you got. You got to mix the energy drink with the alcohol. That's what you do. It's a perfect combination, man.
I do.
Yeah,
before you had me on it, I almost ran away and was like, I'm going to take a shot of whiskey real quick. But no.
I mean, we should have done that.
Well, we can just ask a question, go for it, and then go take a shot real quick, and then come back. We'll make it a game.
Boom. Ooh.
Okay, look at that. Improvisation. Every single is a moment for comedy.
Aren't we already in a game? Aren't we already in a hashtag game?
Yeah, we are in. Yeah, we got it. Thanks, Danny. Danny did the intro. But I know, Chris, I guess before we get into the first topic, I do want to talk about you at first. So I originally met you as you were piercing over at Timeless. Mm-hmm. And I saw you had a setup. You were just streaming on a little laptop, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on here?" Yeah, in the tattoo shop, like you're doing work, and you're like, "By the way, I'm gonna get a game in real quick." Next client's up, you're like, "Gotta go do my job now."
Yeah, put the controller down.
Like, and so it spawned into like again, you're a celebrity piercer where you've been on network, you've been shown on pieces before, but how did you? What the hell? Where'd the streamer shit come from?
I was on the back end of being on TV. This channel called XSN that used to run out of Meltdown Comics. You guys remember Meltdown Comics in LA?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to run there. It was like a home shopping network. And I was terrified of like reality TV is one thing, but talking to a camera and not clamming up was another thing. And I was terrified of it. So what I did was I agreed with that network. They wanted me to have me on a show. So I agreed to be on 2-hour-long shows a week where I was just staring at the camera and talking, which terrified me. So it was like I was like, you know what? I'm either going to get good at this or I'm just going to completely like die on my ass. So
you're alive.
I did 2 shows a week. It worked well, and then at the ass end of that, it turned into me. It was like a technical challenge. I was like, "Can I make my streams look as good as theirs, like they're fully produced things?" So I started to like get into the tech portion of it because my background's in tech, and I was like, "Oh, this does this, and this does this, and what about if I plug this in and do that?" And then that turned into like every time somebody follows me, like the lights flash or like stuff like that, like all that kind of stuff, you know. So that's how we got into it, and then once my social channel started being about that, all of a sudden then we started doing things like sponsored streams and like sponsored like articles and items and stuff like that. And I was like, wait a minute, this could be this could be like a source of income. And then pandemic comes crashing down and just crushes body piercing and tattoos for like the whole year. And all of a sudden I'm like, okay, this is my job. So this has been my job since February. I started out live streaming for me, and then thankfully other people picked up the quality of what I was doing, and now I've been live streaming for companies, which is
wow.
great.
That's
At least
awesome.
you got a head start on it. Before
Yeah,
the
this is.
pandemic.
I hope that made sense. I was like rambling A, B, Z.
No,
B.
absolutely.
Yeah, it made
Yeah,
sense.
a lot of sense. So, what was the last thing that you just did? Because I heard from Tim and from Pete the last thing that you did, I guess, for your company wise live streaming event that you did was the.
Yeah, we got really lucky. The last 2 we did, we just came off. We did the release of Marc Jacobs' new fragrance, Perfect, and then before
Named
that,
off myself.
named after me. And before that, if you'd actually believe it, we produced the live streams for the 2020 DNC,
Right.
which is crazy. Like to think that we were going to get that project at the start of quarantine was crazy, and now we did it, and we nailed it, and everything's great. So
That's awesome.
So in between DNC, in between, my perfume that you're working on, you're also
your beard oil.
You're streaming what for? Listen, I'm
It's
working on
cream.
it.
It's scruff cream.
It's Creamo, actually. Creamo.
Get it right.
But
I didn't know it was a real thing.
neither did I. In between that, like while you're streaming everything, you actually and you do like giveaways and stuff like that throughout your stream as well, don't you? With products?
Yeah. Well, sometimes companies want to do sponsored streams, but they don't have any cash to do it, and they want to offer items, and it's sometimes not items I want. So what we do is we just pass those on to people. We do a giveaway. We're like, hey, do this command in the chat. It'll pop up. It'll tell you how to do it, and then it gets a randomly selected person. They get a game key or like some V-Bucks or something like that. But honest, people love it. People stay in the stream, and I think there are so many scam giveaways out there. When they get a legit one, they're really happy.
You're like a digital Willy Wonka, which brings us to a question. You see that segue?
Sweet transition.
Is it an actual segue if we point
segue
out
to
the
what?
segues every single time they happen?
We're just breaking the fourth wall. Come on, we're like
Alternate
Deadpool.
universe.
It works.
Everyone's in on the show.
Like that guy behind me on Deadpool. Anyway, so as Pete was mentioning, the story that I am super excited about. So there's a new treasure hunt. During a pandemic, we've been talking about different treasure hunts that have happened, and I even watched the parallel universe version of the show, and they were talking about different treasure hunts that have been happening during quarantine. But we have a brand new treasure hunt, and I am very excited about it because it involves candy. So the owner of Jelly Bellies, those crazy jelly beans, the different flavors, like you can get like vomit flavored and really, really gross flavors.
Okay, no, that's from Harry Potter. That's not.
No.
Not an actual.
And Jelly Bellies recreated all of those flavors.
I think.
Yeah, they did. They recreated it. I had a box of them. They were very disgusting. I tried all of them. Anyway, I'm a glutton for punishment. Anyway, the new treasure hunt is it actually goes state by state. So you can buy a ticket into the treasure hunt for $50 for your own state, and it'll give you a clue. And if you solve the clue and find the location in your state of like what they said is it's a necklace, then you win $5,000, I believe, if you're the first one in your state to find this particular item.
But the grand prize is getting one of the candy shops and getting a
candy factory,
and getting a fast-tracked. You go to Candy U pretty much. It gives you a candy university, and you pretty much go to it. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds exciting. I've been looking for my Willy Wonka way. I'm still waiting for my letter from Hogwarts. So like, I figure if this can be a real thing, I'm probably not going to win because I'm pretty sure the cards are against me to give a candy shop to a middle-aged white guy. I'm pretty sure that might be sketchy.
Dude,
Okay, wait. No. 2 points. 2 points. One, are you stuck with the electricity bill of this candy factory? And two, is nobody scared that they're going to get killed by a pedophile? And what happened in
I think you're pretty much safe.
Original
You're safe if you have the candy
You're not
factory.
safe from property tax.
Yeah, exactly. You're not safe from property tax, but you're the big building that like all the kids come to for candy anyway. So you're like, you're a mecca.
They throw you into something that's already thriving. So it's like it's already.
But that doesn't mean that you don't
itself.
pay for the electricity bill. That's a month-to-month bill. That's an expense.
But it's already working. It's not like they just gave you a shut down factory. They're giving you a factory that's already working. They're like, here,
with electricity that's running that someone has to pay for.
Is it an established business? How long is it until it makes profit? It's probably hemorrhaging money if it just started.
They have good points. As long as it's not like it. I mean, if this was Twix giving it out, I feel like there would definitely be an issue because you're like, is it the left or right factory? I don't know which one I have. Which one do I get? I watch a lot of television.
I love this idea, and if I had a crew with me, I would 110% go for the clue in Jersey and find it.
No one in Jersey's gonna win. But anyway,
maybe that means I should do this.
What's the Jersey flavor?
Look,
garbage,
trash,
hot
vomit,
trash. That's that vomit one. That's what
hot
Jersey.
Vomit in the sun after a night out.
Like, the armpit America. It's just like, yeah, the flavor jelly bean for Jersey is like 2-hour run sweat. Like that's what it is.
What did Jersey do to you? What happened?
I think we've all lived in Jersey
We've
at
all
one
witnessed
point
it.
in our lives, and
Okay.
I'm here now.
Real life.
Yeah, the rest of them have gotten out. I'm here now, still. So like, I am surrounded by it. But
you can never. You are like #free Jersey or #free Britney.
Free Britney.
Okay, this is the last one before. I mean, we're gonna abbreviate it. This is the last one before we have to go into gamer stuff because I need to hear Corey and Chris talk about this. But okay, I'm putting you on the spot on that one. Free Britney. It's not a conspiracy.
It's not, and she finally came out and said her support instead of really weird. Have you guys seen her Instagram account? Have you guys watched it all? I know that's a weird thing to ask.
No.
Oh,
men.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I love watching a good dumpster fire, girl. Again, came from Jersey.
No, but it's been the most confusing thing in the last 6 months, and it's not even like I loved Britney back in the day, and I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but it's literally just video after video of her doing fashion shoots with like the same clothes, and it's been a thing where people for the last I don't know however many years have thought that she's basically being held under this conservatorship under her it's out of her control. And all of this happened after 2007 Britney. I mean, who hasn't? Which one of us hasn't felt like 2007 Britney
during quarantine?
During the last couple months?
Absolutely.
So like I completely get it, and I am all for #free Britney, #free Britney. I'm here for you, Britney. If you need anything, I will do the thing.
Why isn't that a skin on Fortnite? Why can't you be bald Britney like after she shaved her head and be that character on Fortnite?
I think it was the perfect representation of 2020. 2007 Britney.
I think that should be it. We should have 2007 Britney on there. I mean, who was that swimmer that ended up like lying about getting robbed at the Olympics?
Yeah, it was Lochte.
Yeah, he's like 2020. Like, you should just have that. Why can't they be characters?
Well, because right now they have the Marvel theme, and I don't think they're gonna remove it for the 2020 theme.
I mean, they're missing a really
good opportunity.
Huge marketable opportunity right here. We were just talking about property tax and everything, and I think from a business standpoint, we're onto something.
The entire level's on fire. Everyone's super erratic the entire time.
I know someone with
that is a Fortnite I would play.
I know someone with some sweet streams that I'm not gonna lie, a shaved head Britney making some sweet snipe shots, Chris. I'm not gonna lie, that would be kind of dope.
Yep, a coat hanger for a pickaxe.
Like, I mean,
With the California Red sky in the
Running around
background,
in that.
I'm into
Yep.
I'm
it.
fairly certain that Brittany has already run around with a pickaxe at this point.
It's just a rolled up lawsuit.
Oh God.
All right. So speaking of
Hashtag
video
Free
games-
Britney.
Speaking of lawsuits,
speaking of lawsuits, let's do some gamer time.
Ooh.
Gamer time! 3, 2, 1, go!
All I want to do is play Super Smash Brothers. That's all I want to do now.
who as? Who would you want to play it as? Who do you
Yeah.
play as?
Oh, Link for sure.
Okay.
Nor like the are we talking original Super Smash? I have the 360 cartridge somewhere behind me, but I mean, it's usually Link, no matter whatever version. What's your character?
Inkling.
Ooh.
Inkling boy with the skull face.
Ooh.
Kirby.
Kirby.
Yeah, you said that last week. No, you said Jigglypuff last week.
Jigglypuff. That's what I say. Jigglypuff. That's why I'm Kirby Jigglypuff. I just like putting things in my mouth.
All
Wait.
right. Anyway.
My bad. Sorry about that one. Go.
Anyway, moving on. So we're gonna throw this to our gaming experts, both Corey Bears and Chris. But I just want to throw this out there. So Friday we had the release of two awesome games: Tony Hawk Pro Skater Remake, which was awesome. I got that in just pure nostalgia, but also Avengers War Table, which has been pretty incredible so far from what I've played. But guys, Corey, Chris, what do you guys think of this? What have you gotten a chance to really explore Avengers so far? What are your first impressions?
Well, first off, I just want to tell everybody in the population that Danny will be streaming for the first time this weekend, and we will be playing Marvel's Avengers. So if you want to check him out, he can pop a link into chat. Chris, have you had a chance to play this game?
I've been sleeping on that game. I saw it come out on PS4, and then I saw it was coming out on PC. And I've been like struck. I don't know which one to get. I've been looking to see if the PC has something crazy that's gonna get me. Like,
I'm gonna solve this for you right away, Chris.
Okay.
And I hate to interrupt. I apologize. Get it for PS4 because it has an exclusive playable character, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
You gotta get it for PlayStation. You gotta get it for PlayStation. That's
there we
all
go.
I'll say. Corey got it for Xbox, and she shared it with me so we can play it together. But I bought it for PlayStation because I need Spider-Man. That's plain as simple.
How
like
messed
this.
up is it to strong arm a Marvel character?
It's Sony. It's Sony.
Sony, they
Sony
own
does
it.
that. Yeah, I mean Sony is the king of exclusives, I'm finding out. So like I have no other reason to buy a PlayStation 5 other than to play Horizon Forbidden West. So that's going out the window. But with Avengers, I mean it's the normal characters, it's the normal the usual suspects, but you have a new girl in there. It's the Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. And one of the issues that I'm kind of having with the game is that the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel was actually created to kind of show the balance of being a Muslim American in America and what it's like to live like that. And I think one of the issues, and kind of like tying back into what I said earlier, is a form of representation. So I actually have a question for you, Chris, especially because you play a lot of games. What do you think that like the responsibility of video games to provide that representation and to be that influence when it kind of ends up just being like tokenism, like this is us, we're doing the thing, we're being inclusive? Do you think that video games should have to kind of shoulder that burden, or is it on the player to find out that information on their own?
They should absolutely, especially if it's a popular game, especially if it's something that everybody's playing or is like top of the charts. They should absolutely have to have characters in there that look like the players, so the players can make characters that look like themselves and feel like they're actually living in that game. It's at this point, it's an absolute responsibility, I feel. We started out, like we talked about Tony Hawk. In the old Tony Hawk games, you can create a skater and you can make it look like you, and you instantly feel more connected to that character.
Right.
So shouldn't you have that with other video games? And especially if you're in the minority, it feels extra. Well, I wouldn't obviously know, but I'm sure it would feel extra special to be like, I can finally be this character. Like, this is me. I can connect to this screen. Am I right, or am I? I think I'm the wrong person to ask, but.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think that especially in a game as influential as Marvel's Avengers, and coming from a big studio like Square Enix, it makes sense. But then I also look at the fact that really is just showing that it's someone that can look like you without really showcasing the reason for her being in the universe or the more intricate details. Do you think that it dilutes her character at all by, just saying, hey, look, she's not white?
It depends how you do it, and I haven't played that game, but I feel like it's not just enough to have a character and go, look, there's a character that is this color in this game. You have to have people writing for that character that are also from that background. You can't just go, look, this character's included, and then have like an elderly white dude write that character. You know what I mean? It's not just to have the character look like that. It's about fleshing the character out, feeling for that character, and having it be. It's like we're nerds and we play games and we can smell bullshit a mile away. So it has to be authentic. Else we're just gonna go, oh great, well you messed that one up. Thank you very much. And then instead of being 5% in the positive, you're 50% in the negative because you've disrespected that community. So as long as you do it right, as long as you're like, cool, we're going to grab a team of writers, we're going to actually do this right instead of just half-assing it, because half-assing it is worse than not doing it at all. I feel.
I mean, like the gaming community is the last community that you really want to get in a fight with. I don't know if you've heard about this, but well, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about this, but the whole TikTok WeChat thing. And if anyone isn't familiar with the entire story, it's not just the banning of the apps, it's actually the banning of transactions with the parent companies. And the parent company of WeChat is called Tencent, and they actually own stock in some of the biggest gaming companies in the world. So I think when all this news came out, a lot of gamers were kind of upset because it felt like an attack on video games. I mean, you're looking at Riot Games, Activision Blizzard, and it kind of raises the question for me, could video games at some point be as influential worldwide as something like TikTok is?
Yeah, I feel this whole thing is Tencent just flexing. I feel like they went, hey, we're going to go to war with somebody. Let's see who's going to fight us. If it comes down to it, let's see who's going to fight. It's like companies like Epic and Apple fighting right now. It's everyone getting ready for the next generation and finding out where that money's going to go and who's going to get it. And if there's a lawsuit, who's going to stand up and who's going to sit down. And these next couple months are going to be really important for that. We found out that Sony is just going to go, cool, all right, you guys fight. Like you guys have it. Whereas companies like
Spider-Man,
yeah, right.
Yeah, they just sit up every so often, grab a Spider-Man doll, and slap somebody in the face with it, and sit back down. That's what they're doing. But companies like Tencent, which is Epic's store and all that kind of stuff, and don't they own like almost a lot of Riot games?
Yeah, majority of Riot.
Yeah, like it's these companies going, there's going to be and especially when we see the rise of PC gaming, we've seen Nvidia come out with like really cheap cards in the 3000 series, and I think that's a direct aggressive push to take on the new consoles that are coming out. Mm-hmm. So everyone's getting ready. It's a weird playing field coming into the next generation of gaming, and I feel everybody's just trying to grab their piece. And it's just a bunch of kids on a playing field slapping each other in the face and seeing who's going to cry and who's going to fight back. I think that's what it is.
But what do you think about when like gamers or when companies get a little bit too controversial? For example, the Ubisoft released a trailer for the new Tom Clancy mobile game, Elite Squad, and it depicted images that is very familiar to the BLM Fist, and it caused such an uproar that they did agree to take it down. But I mean, do you think that like is there somebody that should have kind of like policed this in some way? Like, where's their marketing? Where's their PR? Why do you think that something like this was intentional?
I would hope not. I would hope that there's somebody in that chain of command that would have checked that at some point and been like, hey, that's a little similar. And if we're not going to be fully for the movement, if we're not going to fully get behind it and fully make a statement here, let's not use that. Like, pick, like, either do it and do it 100% and help, or step back. Like, I would hope, and it's such a big company and there's so much money involved, you would hope that it's just an accident, that somebody didn't see it, that somebody like found an old punk rock logo and was like, oh, it's kind of like that. Like, you would hope, right?
I would hope, right, because I mean, in and I know we're running out of time, so I'm just going to kind of end with this as far as Ubisoft, kind of moving from a video game enthusiast to a creator. You stop looking at video games like it's how will I react to the video games? It's more like, how will people react to the video games? And video games are art. You know, they're born of a creative. It's from imagination. It's from ideas, and it's up to the player to interpret and to enjoy them. And when you move from allowing the player to like make the decision and instead tell the player what they're supposed to think, like, it's no longer art. It's harmful propaganda, and that's kind of what I hope. It's not the first time that Ubisoft has done something like this, and I sincerely hope that it was a mistake, but it's hard to look at an image like that and think that somebody along the way, graphics, animators, marketing, PR, wasn't like, maybe this was a bad idea. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, moving forward in the video game industry, that they'll kind of, you know, be a little bit more sensitive to certain things, because it's one thing to like go and fight the Nazis. It's another thing to like talk about something that's such a current event.
Mm-hmm. And they've got Watch Dogs 3 coming out. They've got Watch Dogs Legion coming out in what, 2 months? Mm-hmm. So, and that's a heavily political game. All the trailers for that game when they came out were just spot on. It was just too real. I was really excited about playing the game, and then you're like, oh no, this is like, this is it. We're living this. So they've got a second chance. They've always had like a very political but very positively political standpoint, if I'm right. Please tell me if I'm wrong. So I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I guess we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
They got another stab at it next month.
Yeah. Well, I know that you were talking about I saw that you were building a PC, and you kind of brushed on the whole moving from PC to from console to PC. And I built a PC about 8 years ago, but it was a lot more affordable then. You know, graphics cards weren't $1,200 for something that could play a game. Do you think that there's the new Xbox prices have come out? It's $500 for the Xbox, the next gen Xbox, or you can get the Xbox Series S for $299. And
so you get the Series X for $499 or the Series S for $299. Yeah.
And he's like, I know prices, damn it.
I know things.
And really the only difference is like is 4K. But the question I have for Chris is, do you think that there's a sense of elitism with computers, because you have to spend all of this money? Yes, you're kind of going maybe through 2 generations of Xboxes, but like, how can you say I'm going to drop $2,000 on this computer when you can spend $300 on an Xbox?
I think the only people dropping $2,000 are the people that are seeing themselves make that money back. That are either streamers, people that are doing sponsored streams, content. The only reason I have the machine, like, I don't have a rig. I am working from a laptop. And my whole stream, the entire thing, the streams that we've talked about have gone out from just a very, very high-end laptop and some other equipment. Now, the only reason I got that was because I saw projects on the horizon, and I'm like, "Ooh, we're going to need a little more power for that." But I don't think your average kid is gonna be like, "Oh, I need a 3090. I need those 24 gigabyte of video RAM, and I need to play this game at 8K." Like, even me, I'm sat here, and as the new cards were announced, I'm like, if they're over a certain price, I'm just going to buy a PS5 and capture card it into the PC.
Yeah,
I'm going to play on my crap on a PS5. But I think Nvidia saw that And they felt that in people, and it's been a very shit time this year, and the economy is kind of in the toilet, and I don't think they're trusting that parents will go out and spend that money this year. And I think that's what's driven the price down, which is an aggressive move from Nvidia. Also, that's what Xbox has done. That Xbox Series S was just their secret weapon they had waiting. They let all the leaks go on the Series X. They're like, yeah, cool, have those leaks. Yeah, leak that out. And all of a sudden they went, boom. There you go, Sony, $300. Especially when all the articles that came out were suddenly bashing the PS5 frame rate. They were saying that some of the exclusives might target 30 frames per second, like the next Horizon game. They might target 30 frames a second. So Xbox goes, boom, $300. 120 frames a second at 1440, and they just go boom. They just slam it on the table and walk away. And especially with things like Xbox are offering financing on those, 0% financing with free Game Pass Ultra, is it called?
Yeah.
So these families that have had a tough time this year, that maybe feel pressured into getting their kid a next gen gaming console this Christmas, can get one for zero money down and get their kid a new game each month. And especially for parents that are feeling the pressure to get their kids something but don't have that money, it's just a no-brainer, especially when 60% of Christmas sales are picked by the parents, not the kids.
Right.
So I think it's a genius move from Nvidia to put the price down, but it has made people feel a little bit uncertain, and their stock price has plummeted. And then Xbox, I think, has had a genius. We need to know the price of the PS5 and exactly what it can do. It's still the elite item at the moment.
Do you
they were
think
supposed to tell us yesterday, weren't they? They're supposed to tell us yesterday, and we still haven't found out.
It was just a rumor because I think yesterday was the anniversary of the original PlayStation release.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. What I was going to ask really quick, do you think the Series S, the price point, is enough to have them compete with PS5? Because, I mean, we lost the major launch title of Halo Infinite. I mean, I'm going to be honest, that was a major hit for me. Like, I'm an Xbox guy, and even I had to say, like, holy shit, man. Like, Halo Infinite got delayed. Like, I appreciate that they're not giving us, like, an Anthem where it's unfinished and they're just putting it out for the sake of putting it out. But at the same time, it's like that was going to be a major launch title, and
that
now
was a hit. That was definitely a hit.
That was a giant hit. But do you? I mean, that was before we found out about Series S. Do you think this kind of redeems it a little bit, like to the point where like they're closer to neck and neck, or is it still PS5 is way out in the lead? Because when we got that hit for Halo Infinite, PS5 immediately was way in the lead. Like even me, an Xbox guy, was like, maybe I should just put my money into PS5 and wait on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a console war. Like, it feels good to have something to argue about as gamers. Like, we haven't had a good console war in a while. It hasn't been this close.
Yeah.
I mean, Xbox keeps tripping up on their marketing. That's the only difference here. At the moment, in people's heads, the PS5 is the new iPhone, and the Xbox is like an Android equivalent. Maybe it's more powerful, but people don't get that desire factor for it, and that's what's happened. It's become the PS5, just by sitting there stroking its chin, become the desirable item. And the more we don't hear about it, the more desirable it becomes, especially when they've got things in their pocket like Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I am so excited for that. And I mean, and just the fact that Avengers got the Spider-Man exclusive playable character. Like, I mean, that's what I got PlayStation 4 for, was the Spider-Man game. Like, that was my crossover into PlayStation. I didn't have PlayStation at all before that.
Yeah, I got the Spider-Man PlayStation.
Yeah,
I bought the red one and put it on the wall and like stared at it for a good while.
That's awesome.
It's amazing, that game.
All right, guys. You guys want to do some product of the night?
I mean, not really.
Oh my god! You stop it.
So excited.
Corey, you read this on our call.
Corey can introduce. No.
Yeah. You
punishment. Corey introduces the product of the night.
Yeah,
that's it.
Corey,
punishment
all the way. I was in on it. After you read the description for this, you were like the spokesperson for it on our call.
And then, Chris, if
Perfect.
you don't mind, we would love for you to also then do a deal and give this out on your next stream. So, Corey, proceed.
What is it? Let's do this.
Go for it, Corey.
The product of the day is the Archie McPhee Handi Squirrel. It's a set of 5 finger puppets. It includes 4 paws and 1 hand. It will transform your hand into a squirrel. Your hand will climb trees and forage for nuts.
That's amazing.
Thank
And I'm
you.
not.
Look at it.
I'm so the thing that gets me the most is that for it to like look right, your hand has to be like scary guys. I'm like take my good hand.
Grab my strong hand is what you were going for, right?
Do you get the nut or is that extra?
No. That's
I mean, it depends on what kind.
If you get the premium one, I think it comes with an acorn. But
Premium,
As I say,
premium nut.
a premium account on that one. But this is what we're looking to start our OnlyFans account. Nuts. We're gonna call it Nuts for Squirrels. And so yeah, I think that's Corey's got it. Could you imagine if Andre the Giant had one and it's just like, yeah,
Wish I had
He's
some
dead.
bugles. I feel like that would.
you have witch hands if you had bugles.
And I could just like show you how terrifying. And not only that, I was looking at the related, and there are like other.
There's different
this is
animals,
Not
yeah.
the only one.
Yeah, there are different
Who are
animals.
buying these? It's not for children. It's terrifying.
oh yeah. Well, you guys shouldn't leave me up to look for the product of the night. You realize the rabbit hole I was in? It was between that and like the weird wife hubby that I had going on there. But listen, that's. Welcome to the
Spoiler
show,
alert.
Chris. Thank you so much for being our guest tonight. We hope you enjoyed it.
This is fun.
This is popping off. Alternate
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, you guys came at me. You were like, "What? How do you feel about these race issues? What's going on with this monetary environment?" You're like
Talk
the
about
next
streaming.
the next
Tell us how you're gonna
generation.
solve climate change.
Yeah, how are you going to solve climate change? Exactly.
Everything's on fire and
Everything's on fire.
Did
There
you
we go.
feel like you learned something today?
Yeah.
We all did.
Well, Chris, before you get out of here, we wanted to make sure that we gave you the opportunity to like point everybody into your streams and to your handles and stuff like that. So we actually have a lower that you guys could you put it up really
There
quick.
it is. I see it.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's
There's
me.
all your handles.
Yay!
Yeah. So
That's everything.
You can find you everywhere, even on TikTok and
Even on TikTok.
TikTok, TikTok.
Attack.
I heard it coming out of my mouth wrong, and I was
It's
just
the Boston version of TikTok. It's TikTok. We play TikTok here.
People dancing in tracksuits.
That's it. Just mass hole galore. Sorry to every fan of the New England area.
You guys really hate Jersey.
No,
Really
no.
hate that
Jersey
whole
and
East
then
Coast
New
area.
England.
New York is
East
fine.
Coast.
New York is fine.
Okay.
It's Jersey and New England. Fuck them.
Wow, you used
Wow.
all of our Fs. We didn't get a
All of
chance to
them.
say.
No, we had one more. I didn't use Chris's yet. I used
Chris.
3 of ours.
You get
Oh,
one
okay.
F per episode. You want to use it?
Nah, I'm good. I think Pete's got it.
Ah.
Pete,
That's
use
right.
it for him.
All
I'll
right,
give
fuck
him
it,
one
we're
in
out
the
of here.
pocket just in case he needs it.
All right,
Yep.
guys. Well, Chris, it's been awesome. Thank you so much. Do you have any parting words you want to say before you get out of here?
Thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. It's nice of you guys to have me here. You guys are so energetic. I've had a couple beers and I'm just falling asleep. Thank you for putting up with me. It's been really nice. Yeah, let's dress in tracksuits and get on TikTok. Let's do this.
I am all for this, dude.
I'm already there.
Seriously, if you want to do this, we'll 100% start. We're totally gonna do this now. We have to now. All right.
Yeah.
But Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you're willing to come back after the ringer that we put you through.
This is great. This is
I'm
easy.
so sorry. I'm sorry. I just have a lot of opinions, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
right, right?
And it's the exact right time to it's the exact right time to have opinions because so many
Well, thank
people
you
have
for
shitty
answering my
ones.
questions.
It's good to have our good opinions.
Well, thank you so much, and hopefully, yeah, we can have you on more often, and hopefully, I mean, we can get everybody to come and like watch your TikTok and your Twitch stream, which is awesome. I mean, you're way better at pretty much any Fortnite game than I've ever played. So, just watching, you makes me
I don't know what I'm doing when I'm there. I'm just like, hey guys, what's going on? We got a giveaway. Please don't leave.
I am so nervous. So what Corey said was my first ever stream is going to be very soon, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, so maybe you can tune in for that.
This is-
and see
you're
how
streaming-
awkward it is.
You're streaming right now. You do this every week.
Oh my God, that's what I
this is it.
told
This
you.
is different.
That's what
I'm just hanging out with people that are my friends.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
know, I'm not
people
your friend.
watching us
I'm
are
not
our
going to be
friends,
hanging
too.
out with you.
Danny's working on embracing sometimes when he's playing the old video games, coming out like a big old hot steaming pile of poop.
I'm
what she-
bad too. That's the other little. I'm playing on hard mode. I'm bad at video games, so it's not like I'm talented. So they're not gonna watch me because I'm like the best at something.
You have blue hair though, so they'll stick
Danny's
around
got
for that.
heart.
There you go.
I also
Danny-
have a surprise for you, Danny. At some point, not yet. I'll let you know. End of
Ooh.
show. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, guys. Chris, thank you so much. We'll join you
Thank
on
you.
Twitch. We'll do some more stuff with you. Hopefully, we can have you back on the show. Thank you
This is
so much.
fun.
Handy squirrel things.
We're gonna hopefully send you one of those so that you can give it away on one of your Twitch streams.
Finger those nuts.
Ooh. And that
All right,
is
guys.
how we'll end.
Thank you so much, Population, for joining us tonight. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. We'll be back here 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific
just
next
gone.
Thursday night. Good night, everybody!